to discuss about typecasting. Guys, after completing today's topic, again, I'm going to give you one more task. Okay, so kindly please concentrate correctly. Typecasting, guys, the concept is actually very simple, guys. Trust me when I say that. Now, do you know what is actually typecasting? Typecasting means converting one data type into another data type. Guys, how many primitive data types are there? Exactly, there are 8 primitive data types are there, right? Okay, converting one data type into another data type. Converting one data type into another data type is known as typecasting, except EXCEPT, except BOOLEAN, Boolean. Okay, Boolean will not participate in typecasting. Except Boolean, all other 8 primitive data types, we can convert one data type into another data type. Means we can convert an int into byte, we can convert a byte into int, we can convert a char into int, again int into char, like that. All conversions are possible. Now let us try to understand the typecasting. Now, yes, typecasting is when you're speaking about this typecasting. There are 2 types of typecastings are there. Two types. What are those? Implicit typecasting, implicit IMPLICIT, implicit typecasting, and explicit typecasting, EXPLICIT, explicit typecasting, implicit typecasting, and explicit typecasting. So basically, guys, what do you mean by typecasting? Typecasting means converting one data type into another data type. So there are 2 types of typecastings are there: implicit typecasting and explicit typecasting. Now, implicit typecasting means converting smaller data type to larger data type. Implicit typecasting means converting smaller data type to larger data type. Smaller to larger. When you're coming to explicit typecasting, it's reverse, converting larger data type to smaller data type. That is known as explicit typecasting. Literally, it's very simple and easy concept, guys. Okay, so point number 1, first point is typecasting. Like, what do you mean by typecasting? Typecasting means converting one data type into another data type, except Boolean. So when you're speaking about this typecasting, there are 2 types of typecastings are there: implicit typecasting and explicit typecasting. Implicit typecasting means converting smaller data type to larger data type. Implicit typecasting is also known as widening. Smaller to larger, guys. Larger data type. Implicit typecasting is also known as widening, and explicit typecasting is also known as narrowing. NARROWING, narrowing. Larger to smaller data type. Am I clear with this, guys? Implicit typecasting means converting smaller data type to larger data type, and explicit typecasting means converting larger data type to smaller data. Literally, very simple concept. Now, when you're speaking about implicit typecasting, there are some points, like 2 points, which you need to remember in implicit typecasting. What are those 2 points? Implicit typecasting will be done by the compiler automatically. Implicit typecasting will be done by the compiler automatically, guys. Like, programmer no need to worry about implicit typecasting. And second point is there is no chance of loss of information. In implicit typecasting, there is no chance of loss of information. Now, when you're coming to explicit typecasting, explicit typecasting will not be performed by the compiler. It is the responsibility of the programmer. Implicit typecasting will not be done by the compiler. It is the responsibility of the programmer. Now, point number two. There may be a chance of loss of INF or MAT1. There may be a chance of loss of information. That's it, guys. Only 2 points. Literally, very simple 2 points. Like that. So again, once again. So first, what is actually typecasting? Typecasting means converting one data type into another data type. Except except Boolean, except Boolean. So when you're speaking about this typecasting, there are two types of typecastings are there: implicit typecasting and explicit typecasting. Implicit typecasting is also known as widening. What do you mean by implicit typecasting? Implicit typecasting means converting smaller data type to larger data type. Implicit typecasting will be done by the compiler automatically. There is no chance of loss of information. When you're coming to explicit typecasting means converting larger data type to smaller data type. And yes, explicit typecasting will not be done by the compiler. It is the responsibility of the programmer to provide this explicit typecasting. And yes, there may be a chance of loss of information. That's it, guys. That's it regarding the theory. Now let us try to work on this implicit and explicit typecasting. Now just let me try to have a method void implicit implicit. I'm just taking the method name as implicit. Can I take like that? Can I take the method name as implicit, guys? Yeah, I can. Okay. All right. Now, guys, please observe this flowchart here. Now, when you're speaking about implicit typecasting, a byte can be converted into short, int, long, float, double. A short can be converted into int, long, float, double. Char can be converted into int, long, float, double. Int can be converted into long, float, double. Long can be converted into float and double, like that. So we are supposed to follow this flow. For example, let me just try to convert a byte into int. Okay, let us convert. Let me try to take byte b equal to something 50 and byte b equal to 50. Now, guys, I want to perform implicit typecasting, right? System.out.println performing implicit typecasting, performing implicit typecasting, like that. Okay, now I just want to perform it. Okay, now int I want to convert this byte into int. Okay, so simply assign the identifier name. That's it. Done. Implicit casting is done. Guys, you just need to assign the identifier to your variable. That's it. What I told you, guys, implicit casting will be done by the compiler automatically. It will be done automatically. Okay. Now, for example, if I'm trying to print system.out.println and here byte value plus b, and here system.out.println, here I'm going with the int value plus I, like that. Just let me try to have my main method. Now inside my main method, let me try to create an object with the help of new keyword, and I'm initializing that object with the help of a constructor equal to aobj belongs to class A, like that. Now aobj dot implicit, I'm calling my method. That's it. Now, guys, what is my expected output here? Come on, what is my expected output here? 50, and here also 50. That's it. See how easy it is. Right click, run as Java application. See, byte value is 50 and int value is 50. Guys, again, I'm saying you implicit typecasting will be done by the compiler automatically. No need to worry. I mean, programmer, no need to worry about converting like implicit typecasting, guys. Okay. Now, sir, are you saying that we can convert a character into int? Of course, we can do that. Okay. Let us check. For example, char C equal to A. That is a character, guys, character data type. Now I'm trying to convert this character data type into integer, int some x equal to C, like that. Now again, system.out.println. Okay, this is char value plus C and int value plus x. Now tell me, guys, obviously we know that here our output will be A. Here our output is A. But what about here? Guys, we will be getting ASCII values of the characters. What is the word I used? ASCII values. ASCII values, guys. We'll be getting ASCII values. What is the ASCII value of capital A? The ASCII value of capital A is 65. Sir, what are these ASCII values, guys? ASCII means American Code Standard Information Interchange. Okay, so the ASCII value of capital A is 65, for capital B is 66, for capital C is 67, so on, like that. So right now here our output will be, what is our output, guys? Can you please tell me? The output is 65. Right click, run as Java application. I'll be getting my output as 65. For example, I want to go with char. Let me try to take, okay, I want to make this as C1. This is C1, and let me go with the C2. C2 equal to, let me go with small a, guys. Small a. And now, okay, this is C1. Okay, now system, okay, just let me go with like int y equal to C2 int y equal to C2. Now here I want to print my y value. I want to print my y value. Now guys, here ASCII value is 65 for capital A, 65, 66, 67, 68, so on. For small a, the ASCII value is 97. 97 guys. Here we will be getting our output as right click run as Java application 97. Okay. Now guys, kindly please do remember int and char data types both are compatible. Int and char. Int and char data types both are compatible. Means, for example, guys, please observe here. Let me go with like a method int method one like this. Now system.out.println, I'm writing method one called. I'm writing like this method one called. Okay. Now, guys, can you please tell me why I'm getting an error here? Why I'm getting an error here? Tell me the reason correctly. Tell me the reason correctly. Don't say in one word here. Don't say in one word. Tell me the reason correctly. What is missing here? Return statement is missing. Am I right or wrong? Okay. Now return a return. Let me go with like Java. Can I write like this? Can I write like this? No. Why, sir? Actually, this method return type is int. You are returning a string. No, that is not at all accepted. So, okay. I'll try to write like this. Is it valid? Is it valid? Guys, am I getting any error? Am I getting any error? Can you please read this statement? Please read this statement. Int and char data types both are compatible. Now, can you please tell me what is method one returning? What is the value returned by method one? Exactly. The value returned by method one is 65. Guys, implicit typecasting here, it will be done automatically by the compiler. Am I right or wrong? Yes, as simple as this. For example, here, let me try to system.out.println new method one is returning is returning. Method one is returning plus new class a dot method one. I'm writing like this. Can I write like this? Yes or no? Yes. Now please observe here. Right click run as Java application. Guys, are you understanding the concept here? Are you understanding the concept here, guys? Exactly, guys. Int and char. Once again, I'm saying you, int and char data types both are compatible. Once again, both are compatible. Don't forget that. For example, if I'm trying to write int a, can I write here small a? Can I write here small a? Now, please tell me here. Okay, plus a plus 3. What is my output I'm going to get here? What is the output I'm going to get? Exactly, guys. Very good. Very good. You. Very good, guys. Very nice. Very nice. Right click run as Java application. I'll be getting my output as 100. Okay. Why? Because the ASCII value of small a is 97. So here a value will be 97. A value is 97. And yes, 97 plus 3, that is 100. So I hope you got it, guys. Int and char data types both are compatible. Is it clear, guys, for everyone? Right. So guys, can you do me a favor? Like, can you take a task? I want you to convert byte into short, int, long, float, double, short into int, long, float, double, char into int, long, float, double, int into long, float. Can you do like this? All the conversions? Same, exactly, same conversions. How I am converting a byte into int in the same manner. Okay. Please do that for me, guys. Please take it as a task. Now, let us try to see explicit typecasting. Now, guys, in explicit typecasting, it would be like more interesting here. Let me try to show you here. Void explicit. Explicit. This is implicit and this is explicit, like this. Okay. Now, guys, what do you mean by explicit typecasting? Check that. Asma, check that. You check that. What do you mean by explicit typecasting, guys? Explicit typecasting means converting larger data type to smaller data type. Okay. Now, guys, please observe here. Let us try to, guys, previously we have converted a byte into int. Okay. Asma, can you do that? Ma, can you do that? Byte to float? Okay, guys. Okay. Now, actually, let us try to check that concept also. Like, just a second. Let us check. Now, byte. Okay, byte. already byte value. I'm having byte value now here. I'm already having this byte value. Let me try to use the same byte value. Okay, float some f equal to b. Now system.out.println float value plus f. Guys, come on. What is your expected output? What is your expected output? Is it 50 or 50.0? This is a float value here. Exactly. Right click, run as Java application. Is it clear? So likewise, try to, you guys, you just please try to convert like that. Okay. Masma, is it clear? Right. You should do that. You should do that. Okay. Now, all right, guys. Now let us try to go with this explicit typecasting. Now in this explicit typecasting, what I want to do is I want to convert. Previously, we have done byte to int. Let me try to convert int to byte, guys. Shall we do that? Int to byte. In